Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Alan Donsky and I want to welcome you warmly on behalf of the Calgary Public Library and Wellness Through Mindfulness. We are a group that started up some 6 years ago and we used to meet live in person twice a month. And fortunately, because of COVID, we've been able to operate more widely and these programs are offered freely. And the central theme is mindfulness and related topics. We always find wonderful speakers, and tonight is certainly no exception. I'll tell you a bit more in a couple of minutes about Dr. Nicole Libin. We have a website called www. The Breath Project that also supports us. And this website is a treasure of animated videos, presentations from speakers that we've had ourselves, and other widely respected and learned speakers on mindfulness. It can also be linked through another site, WTM, thebreathproject.org. And you can also see all our previous talks, recordings of our presentations. On behalf of WTM, I'd love to thank the library staff, Patrick Mealy, and particularly our host this evening, of course, Maya. We offer these Zoom presentations twice a month on a regular basis, the first and third Thursday of the month, and the registration is available through the website, and it's also available through the Calgary Public Library website. I'd just like to put in a plug for our upcoming events. On the Thursday, June the 3rd, in 2 weeks' time, The Joy of Effort. Leslie Ellistat, who is a regular speaker, is doing that online event for us. And then 2 weeks after that, there is Mindfulness for Resilience. I saw on the slide that was coming up on the screen earlier that the title of Rick Klein's talk was actually Resilience for Anxiety. Now, I don't think anxiety needs a resilience at all, but the more correct title, I think, would be Mindfulness for Resilience. There's a lot of more stuff on the website, so I really encourage you to go there. Let me take the pleasure of introducing Dr. Nicole Libin, who's a certified mindfulness educator, adjunct professor, and author. She's designed and facilitated all kinds of curricula and courses for mindful schools, Mount Royal University, and numerous mindfulness organizations and private organizations. She co-created the Mindful Schools Mindful Teacher Certification Program and has been its lead teacher for the last 2 years. She trains and certifies the next generation of mindfulness educators. She's got a doctorate in religious studies that allows her to, in addition, offer a unique perspective on her practice of mindful meditation, incorporating a variety of traditions and approaches in her teaching. She's been certified by both Mindful Schools and MBSR for teens. And she's also trained with the Meditation Initiative and completed the University of Massachusetts Center for Mindfulness, professional MBSR training in mind-body medicine with John Kabat-Zinn himself. Nicole has experience in working with adults, adolescents, children, and a range of other groups, prenatal groups, sports camps, government agencies, university faculty, students, professionals, and more importantly, anyone else who will let her stop and take a breath with them. Nicole's the author of 3 books on mindfulness. Her books include Sticky Brains, and you saw the slides earlier, a mindfulness and brain science book for children, and 2 other books, Mindful Parenting in a Chaotic World, and 5-minute mindfulness meditations for teens. They are published by Rockridge Press and available on Amazon, and 2 of her books are also available at the public library. After this glorious introduction, I am very excited to hand over to Nicole and to partake of her wisdom, her teaching, and her deep humanity and love of this work for mindfulness. So Nicole, over to you, and thank you very much in anticipation.
Thank you. Thank you. I will, I need to cut that bio down, and all of the titles are very, very long. So thank you everybody for getting through that. And thank you so much for coming. I really do. I appreciate your time and your energy. I know neither of those is in abundance right now. So yeah, thank you for coming. I thought what we'd start off with just a brief meditation. I will guide us through the whole thing, so no worries if this is all new to you. It's just sometimes nice to have a bit of a rest and a bit of a breather. So we'll just do maybe a 10-minute meditation, and then I can get more specific into the mindfulness for parents and mindfulness for parenting. Because I don't know about you, but just getting here is hard, right? Even just, I'm in my own house and somehow getting here is still hard. So let's maybe take a moment and take a breath. So you might find a posture that feels comfortable, perhaps one that might feel a little bit more upright and dignified than you might normally sit. And you can have your eyes open or take a soft gaze a little bit in front of you, whatever's more comfortable for you. Don't worry so much about the right posture, just giving yourself a chance to find some stillness, maybe with your feet flat on the floor. And you might just take a few deep breaths. And then allowing the breathing to return to whatever feels natural in this moment. You might just take a moment and notice what's alive for you right now. Just checking in. What does it feel like to be you sitting here right now? You can notice how your body feels. Notice how your mind feels. Noticing how the heart feels, any emotions that are present. And the invitation that I'll share is to just let it all be there. And as much as possible, just letting it all be okay. This might be maybe the only time in your day where you don't have to do anything. You don't have to get anything right or worry about getting it wrong. You don't have to be anyone for anyone else. It's really the ultimate chance to just rest. And just in those few moments, you probably already noticed that it's not always easy to rest. So we can give our minds something to do. We give them an anchor. So you might find the spot in your body where the breath feels the most obvious to you. And placing the attention there, just kindly, curiously feeling what it's like to breathe. Feeling what it's like to breathe in. Feeling what it's like to breathe out. Still with this intention of just letting it be okay. Letting it be a rest. You don't need to change the breath. You don't need to make it deeper or special in any way. Just letting this moment be as it is. Feeling what it's like to breathe in. Feeling what it's like to breathe out. And you might notice if the breath feels smooth, choppy, if it feels long or short, deep or shallow. And trusting that you can't do this wrong. Just noticing, letting it be okay. Feeling what it's like to breathe in, feeling what it's like to breathe out. And whenever the mind wanders off, which of course it will, just gently inviting the attention back. It's not a mistake, just an opportunity to come back to this moment. Another opportunity to be kind and let this moment be okay just as it is. No need to make anything happen. No need to stop anything from happening. Just letting the attention rest on the feeling of breathing. And feeling what it's like to breathe in, feeling what it's like to breathe out. And perhaps feeling what it's like to let go of the need to do, the constant doing of the mind. You might notice how hard it is to let go of the judge or the worrier. And as kindly as possible, letting go of the thoughts and feeling what it's like to breathe in and feeling what it's like to breathe out. With no need to make anything happen. No need to stop anything from happening. Just being curious, what is it like to let this moment be just as it is? However it feels. All of the pleasant parts, all of the unpleasant parts. I'm just feeling what it's like to breathe and letting it be okay. And coming to the end of this short practice, you might just check in one more time. Just noticing, what does it feel like to be you right now? And what does it feel like to try your best to hold all of that with kindness? And then you might just take one more deep breath in and letting it go. And then I'll just ring this bell to give us a signal that this is the end of this time. But I encourage you to take your time, noticing what it feels like and seeing if you can bring some of this kindness, bring some of this compassion with you as you come back into the rest of the world. Hmm. Hmm. Thank you, everybody. I really needed that.